Hello, friends. I welcome you all to our important watch and learn sessions. You all know that these watch and learn sessions are scheduled after the voting conducted in our Facebook groups. Okay, so in this week, as per the voting by you students, we have selected fiscal policy as the topic of discussion. As you all know, fiscal policy is one of the important policy framed in Indian economy, which has impact on entire Indian economy and every sector and every economic activity that is conducted in Indian economy. Okay, so let's discuss fiscal policy. But remember one thing, from this watch and learn session, I'm introducing one additional feature to this session. At the end of session, I'm going to ask you a few questions and you have to answer those questions in the chat box. Okay, so do answer the questions that are asked at the end of this session. Okay, so let's start discussion on fiscal policy. Now, if you want to understand fiscal policy fully, you have to answer 4 different questions. Okay, what are they? First question is, what is the concept of fiscal policy, or simply what is the meaning of fiscal policy? Okay, if you can find out the meaning, we will correctly understand what all lies or what is the scope and nature of this policy framed by different institutions in India. Then second question that we are going to answer is, who has the responsibility to frame this fiscal policy? Okay, there has to be some institution, there has to be an organization which will look after framing, that is formulation, implementation, execution, monitoring and evaluation of fiscal policy. So we'll study about that institution as well. Then third important question that will take our discussion to next level, that is to what ends. Now what do you mean by to what's end? Here we are going to answer what are various goals and objectives in the framing of fiscal policy. So what are the objectives behind coming out with this important policy? And the last question that we are going to answer is, what are various instruments in the hands of organizations and institutions that frame this policy? Okay, so let's start discussion on first question, that is, what is the meaning of, or what is the concept of fiscal policy? As you all know, fiscal policy is the means adopted by government which adjusts its spending levels and tax rates so as to monitor economy and so as to influence a nation's economy. So if I want to influence my economy, if I want to monitor my economic activity, so everything that is related to economic activity and the economic well-being of entire nation, the government of India will take certain decisions in relation to spending. Okay, then government of India will also take decisions in relation to taxation, and all these decisions are collectively falling under a broad policy that is called as fiscal policy. Okay, now fiscal policy can be decoded by 3 different points. Remember, it is a policy of spending and revenue generation by the government. Okay, so we are very clear which institution prepares this policy. This policy is prepared by government of India, that is central government has the responsibility to frame this policy. And while framing this policy, what things they keep in mind, or what is the main idea behind having fiscal policy? First is to influence the level of economic activity. Remember, monitoring and influencing economy is nothing but influencing the economic activity. If you want to keep economy on the track, you want to promote, you want to influence economic activity, and that is the main idea of having any fiscal policy. Then second is influence the pattern of resource allocation. And third is change in the distribution of income. So remember, now let's define it in a holistic manner. Fiscal policy is the means adopted by the government in terms of revenue generation and its spending so as to have influence on economic activity, influence on pattern of resource allocation, and finally change in the distribution of income. Okay, so this is comprehensively called as fiscal policy. So any financial decision taken by the government which has effect on these three aspects of economy will be referred as fiscal policy stance. Remember, fiscal policy has wide ramifications for entire economy. Now let's understand what are various objectives of this fiscal policy. The first and foremost objective of any fiscal policy is full employment. Now what do you mean by full employment? That everyone who is looking for work is going to get work. That stage in any economic system is called as full employment, and that is the main objective of any fiscal policy that is framed by any institution. Okay, then second is economic stabilization. Now what do you mean by economic stabilization? There needs to be sustained economic growth, sustained growth of income, sustained growth in production of goods and services, so that economy remains on right track. That is called as economic stabilization. Stability and progress are the main aspects of stabilization. So that is also important objective of any fiscal policy that is framed by governments. Then third important is economic growth. For a country like India, stabilization is not an important aspect. What is important? Economic growth. Why? Because we need to uplift the standard of living for the people in India, and for upliftment in standard of living, rapid socio-economic growth is main aspect. So in countries like India, in developing countries, economic growth assumes foremost importance while framing fiscal policy. And finally, social justice. Remember, countries have innumerable economic, social, and political inequalities. So we correct those inequalities by promoting social justice. Now, what do you mean by social justice? It is the distributive justice in terms of social, economic, and political opportunities available to every individual. जैसे हर एक आदमी को अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलनी चाहिए इकोनॉमी में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, सोसाइटी में डिसीजन मेकिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, और पॉलिटिक्स में डिसीजन मेकिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए. और ये सभी चीजें कब पॉसिबल है? व्हेन वी हैव इफेक्टिव फिस्कल पॉलिसी. सो फिस्कल पॉलिसी हैज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव, दैट इज ब्रिंगिंग और इंट्रोड्यूसिंग सोशल जस्टिस इनटू योर पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम. Okay, so these are 4 different objectives for framing fiscal policy. Now next question that we are going to answer is, what are various types of fiscal policy? Okay, the first type is called as neutral fiscal policy. Now what do you mean by neutral fiscal policy? Whenever the tax revenue of the government, now if the policy is framed in such a way, if the policy of any government institution is framed in such a way that tax revenue is equal to your expenditure, so your spending is same as that of your income, then in that case it is called as neutral fiscal policy. Remember, in neutral fiscal policy, the budget that is presented by any government has equality or balance in terms of tax revenue and expenditures. So all the expenditures by the government are fulfilled from the tax revenue of the government. So this is called as neutral fiscal policy. Then second is called as contractionary fiscal policy. Now what happens in the contractionary fiscal policy? In contractionary fiscal policy, government raises more tax revenue as compared to its spending. So your expenditure is low and your tax generation is high. Okay, so it is called as surplus budget. इसको हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? सरप्लस बजटिंग. और इस सिचुएशन में हम बोल सकते हैं इसको कॉन्ट्रैक्शनरी फिस्कल पॉलिसी. Now in contractionary fiscal policy, tax revenue is high and expenditures are low, thereby creating a surplus budget. Here government mainly consolidates its resources so that it can meet future demands. And third is expansionary fiscal policy. Whenever the spending of government is greater than the tax revenue of the said government, then it is called as expansionary fiscal policy. Remember, contractionary fiscal policy generally adopted by developed countries where there is surplus economic growth. There is already a high standard of living, and in such economies, government spending does not have too much importance in the lives of people. But in a countries like India, generally expansionary monetary policy is used. Why? Because government has the sole responsibility to promote economic growth and development, and it is possible only when government spends more. So you can see that for last 50 to 60 years of independence, we have generated moderate to high fiscal deficits. Why? Because we have expansionary fiscal policy. Why we have expansionary fiscal policy? Because our main interest is in promoting economic growth and development. So these are three distinct types of fiscal policies. Now let's answer next question, that is, what are various fiscal policy instruments available in the hands of government? First, and one of the most important instrument in fiscal policy is taxation. As you all know, there are range of taxes imposed by government of India. One is called as direct tax, second is called as indirect tax. Okay, so what are they? These taxes are tools to generate revenue for the government, and so they are instruments to give effect to fiscal policy. By imposing taxes, government makes its stand clear in terms of fiscal consolidation or fiscal stimulus. Okay, so taxation is one of the most important instrument in fiscal policy. Then second most important component of fiscal policy is expenditure. Remember, government presents its budget, and in this budget there are demand for grants allocated by, or demands for grant presented by various ministries. In a budgeting, what we do, we accept some demand for grants and we reject some demands of grants. By this idea of expenditure allocation, we are clearing, or we are at least making clear what government wants and what government is looking after. Okay, so expenditure is next important fiscal policy tool that is used by institution so as to give effect to fiscal policy. Then third is deficit financing. Remember, if you have expansionary fiscal policy, to have such expansionary fiscal policy, you need to have some instruments in your hand, and that is called as deficit financing. In expansionary fiscal policy, governments generate huge amount of deficits. Now those deficits must be financed from somewhere, by taking loans, by minting new currency, or by taking loan from domestic market, by taking loan from rest of the world, by taking loans from different financial institutions working at international level. So it is called as deficit financing. Okay, so deficit financing is an essential tool of giving effect to fiscal policy. And then finally we have public debt management, or we can simply say public debt. Okay, remember, these four are one of the most important fiscal policy instrument. What do you mean by public debt? It is the accumulated loans and advances taken by government of India and various state governments. This public debt is another instrument of implementing any fiscal policy. Okay, so these are various instruments for fiscal policy. Now, while discussing fiscal policy, you may have come across certain terms, and one of the most important term among them is fiscal consolidation. Remember, since the 1991 economic crisis, Indian government went into the process of fiscal consolidation. We mainly focused our efforts on fiscal consolidation. Now, what is the definition of fiscal consolidation? The definition is very simple. Fiscal consolidation is nothing but a three-role or three-stage strategy. What is it? First is, whenever there is focus on improvement in the tax revenue realization, it is simply called as fiscal consolidation. So what you do is, you simply increase your revenue by giving or by introducing efficiency and effectiveness in tax revenue collection. Then second important point is in fiscal consolidation is enhancing tax to GDP ratio. Now, how we can enhance tax to GDP ratio? By expanding tax base. Now, what do you mean by tax base? When more and more people are paying taxes, it leads to increase in the tax base. Okay, and this is one of the most important idea behind fiscal consolidation. And third important point in fiscal consolidation is better targeting of government subsidies. You all know the JAM Trinity, that is Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and Mobile. What is the main idea of this JAM Trinity? It is mainly for removing certain leakages in government expenditures. So better targeting of government subsidies and government expenditure is one of the aspect of fiscal consolidation. Remember why we have fiscal consolidation? To better equip government to target the needy sections of your population, to make government effective, to make government efficient. And for that purpose, what you do is you introduce efficiency not just in tax collection and tax realization, but you also introduce efficiency in expenditures, and it is collectively called as fiscal consolidation. Now you may ask how fiscal consolidation is implemented in India. I will give you one simple answer. In 2002-2003, we passed one important act, that is FRBM Act, that is Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. This act is an essential piece in terms of fiscal consolidation in India. Okay, we'll discuss it separately. It is not part in here. Okay, so Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act is an important tool in fiscal policy making in India. Now next is fiscal stimulus. You must have heard this term nowadays. For example, due to corona pandemic, this term is in discussion. Now what do you mean by fiscal stimulus? Fiscal stimulus is defined in a simple manner. Stimulus is an attempt by policymakers to kickstart a sluggish economy through package of measures. So whenever any economy is facing problem, whenever any economy is facing deceleration in terms of economic growth and development, whenever there is rising unemployment rates, the government has to put money into economy. And it puts money into economy through different means and objectives. Now one way of putting or one way of kickstarting economy is giving concessions, or we can say exemptions in terms of taxation. And second is investing more and more or increasing government expenditure so that demand is also introduced in any economy. So this is called as fiscal stimulus, and it is introduced by government, and this is generally the definition of fiscal stimulus. Remember, fiscal consolidation and fiscal stimulus both are the terms that are popular in Keynesian economics. You all know that macroeconomic model of economics was given by John Maynard Keynes, and he is the main proponent, or we can say main theorist, main economist who promoted all these concepts. Okay, so fiscal stimulus and fiscal consolidation. I think I have covered most of the important aspects of fiscal policy in this watch and learn session. Now let's come to questions. Now I'm going to ask you, what are the current changes that have been made in Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003? Okay, that is my first question. Then second question is, what is the main difference between direct tax and indirect tax? That is my second question. And third question is, what do you mean by input tax credit, that is ITC, which you must have heard in case of GST. Okay, so thank you friends for listening to this watch and learn session. Have a nice day. Thank you.